very new sunshine in spring. You drink some water today, or did you drink enough water? Make sure you're drinking some kind of water for your skin and for your internal organs and everything. All right. This topic, I could make a 10-part series on this topic. I could make a 20-part, 30 parts, 40-part series. But while we're talking about this topic, I want to remind everyone that when you're an empath, or you're empathic being, you're chosen, you're anointed, you will have to carry your cross. You're going to have to go through a humiliation ritual. You're going to be mocked, laughed at. People are going to gang up against you, gang stalk you, boggle your gadgets, laugh about you. You're going to have haters, people jealous of you, envious of you, people trying to take you out, people working behind the scenes, constantly talking about you. And this topic is something that I've suffered with a lot, and a lot of you will. And I want you to remember that lust, desire, sexual energy, whatever you want to call sexual energy, is a very powerful energy, which a lot of the time we need to learn to sometimes overcome it, sometimes transform it into something else, and use that chi, put it into something else. But at the same time, it's not something that we should be ashamed of either. So even though they use this word, you're thirsty, or horny, or whatever the words they use, which can be very embarrassing, but when you speak to a sage, or you speak to someone who understands about spirituality, they would never look at someone who has a high libido, high drive, as someone that is not well, or someone who needs to be delivered from something. However, too much of anything isn't good. So we do have to find balance. We do have to go on our celibate journeys. We do have to practice our semen retention. We do have to find ways to transmutate. That's the word from that Napoleon Hill. Think and grow rich, is it? Anyway, we have to transmutate this sexual energy into something else productive, or more productive, because I think I've spoken about it before. Sexual energy, when you're with this right kind of people, right kind of compatible partner, can be a healing experience. It can be an exchange of information. You can manifest, you can experience something, raising the kundalini and these sort of things, and even slow down the aging process. There's a book on this. I can't remember the name of the book, or the master. He does like chi energies and stuff. He writes. He does like breathing exercises, and there's a book. Is it Mantok? I can't remember the name of the guy's name offhand. We could talk about that in the comments. But however, I wanted to touch on this video because I've been in some of these entanglements, and I think I gained a lot of fleas from some of my entanglements, but at the same time, I've always had my own struggles with this from an early age. Being exposed to certain things, being in certain scenarios, being around high alcoholism, being around addicts, being a junkie, being what's the right word? I don't think that's the right word, but you know what I mean. People who have there's that word, what's that word where you just kind of nihilism, if that's the word, just sitting, just like getting up and just like hanging out all the time. I've been in those groups before, just like going to exhibitions and parties and free alcohol here and there. So you get into this lifestyle from Thursday, Saturday, Sunday sort of thing. So I wanted to touch on that. What's going to happen is over time is that you're going to be with a energy sucker, succubus or incubus, who when they first get with you, they're going to give you this impression that they'll text you afterwards, or they'll give you this impression that they had a nice time with you. They'll lull you into a false sense of security. They'll lull you into a false sense of your experiencing this moment with someone. But to be honest with you, I've actually been in a situation where it was a natural connection with someone that I ended up having a long relationship with. But I'm talking about entanglements with energy vampires. So the succubus or incubus for women, they will pretend that you both have found something, this secret. You both having this time, this time of your lives, and they'll try to cater to you. They'll try to be like the best experience in the sheets that you've had. But what you're having is basically someone who's just draining your life force. They've got all this trauma. We both got trauma and we both have wounds, but they have they don't self-reflect, so they've got a lot of built up trauma, a lot of built up information as well. Remember, a lot of this is done, unprotected. So you're there laying with someone who's been with many people. Sometimes they pretend that they don't do that sort of thing, but they do. They're very, very reckless. I know in relationship number 2, that young lady, she sort of, we used to always talk about sexual liberation for women as a cover for her being basically someone who was a wench, who likes going around sleeping with like random people, people like, that's what she used to do. So you have to be aware of this thing that happens. And anyway, when they lull you into this fake kind of like, yeah, you're having this experience, and sometimes it's a lot of the time actually there'll be substances, so things are a bit more heightened. The highs are higher and the lows are lower too. And that also it makes the trauma bond a lot stronger. But later on, they'll turn around and blame you for everything. They'll blame you for the alcohol. For guys, be careful, because sometimes the ladies will say you force them into that scenario, you coerce them into that scenario. So guys, be very careful. But they will end up saying stuff like, they will end up looking for small, they'll start looking for a lot of flaws. So that will be a flaw. So maybe they'll say, oh, why do we always drink? Why do we always do this? Why do we always use these substances? Why do we always do this and that? But slowly they will message you messages that just kind of hint at things, but without saying it. So sometimes it will come out of you. And then when you are in the moment, they will act like you're the person that wanted to be in that moment. And sometimes we do want to be in that moment, and we want to also escape and have this experience with them. But what you're going to find is that they're going to be literally breaking you down spiritually and physically, little by little. So as your destiny will swap, whatever is going well in your life will literally start going backwards, will start going down. And what happens is their life actually starts getting better, which is like very, very strange. And the thing about this weird person, or this shame dumper, because they blame all, they dump all their shame and all their negative, low vibrations on us spiritually, is that you start attracting bad luck in your life. You might go out and you have a debt collector on your door. You might have a parking fine on your car. Your boss might give you the contract to go and fix like 50 generators. Everything that could go wrong in your life will start going wrong, and you wonder why. It's because you're that person you're laying down with just injected you with the poison. They'll turn around and say you forced yourself, you coerced them. Also, what they'll start doing as well is that they'll be looking for your weakness. So whether it's a substance, whether it's alcohol, whatever it is, they'll give it to you. They will be looking for that moment that you drop out, like your eyes roll back, or you become drunk or whatever. And when that happens, they will start devaluing you indirectly in your face. So they'll start saying like sly comments, talking to you sideways, like, oh, poor you, trying to like do this like fake pity on you, and mocking you. They'll go and speak to all the flying monkeys and tell everybody, oh, this person can't handle their alcohol, this person can't handle this, us having a session with me, or they're like escaping, they're so sad, their life is so sad. They'll exaggerate it basically, but they will do it just to devalue. Their whole thing is to devalue you. And after a while, what sometimes happens is you will have a discard, and they will use that entanglement as a way to get you back. So they'll discard you, they will go around, they will get with other people, and then like in a week or two, they'll pop back on your door like nothing happened, offering you their body, their warm body. And you would have been like, you would be missing them, you would be in a bit of a state of a shock, you'd be like not your highest self, you're in a bit of a low vibe as well because you've been with them. Sometimes you've actually started rebuilding. I remember when I got with the worst narc, I went with narc 3. When we had a discard and she came back, and I remember she started looking around my room, and I didn't understand at the time why she was doing that. But what it was that when she was gone, my room had changed. It had become like really tidy and organized, and it just was a different room. And it was because of she wasn't there. I was basically moving up. You just become like, you just have less brain fog and like more space to like get your life in order. And they come and they look around, they see it and they smile, and they're like, okay, I see you've been getting better, I'm gonna destroy you. And they start working to destroy you slowly to bring you back to their level. If you're with a narc, with a energy vampire bloodsucker, and you're doing, say you're taking some sort of thing, say you're not supposed to or whatever, you're taking it, whatever. When you go to the toilet, they will steal it. They will actually steal it, or they'll take some secretly and hide it and put it somewhere else, and they'll take it to their other lovers. Sometimes narcissists, narcs, bloodsuckers, and succubus and incubus, we used to hang out in these communities. While you go to the bathroom and you're like urinating or you're doing whatever you're doing, that bloodsucker energy vampire will go into another room and she will lay down with another man or another woman while you're not in the room, or go and do an act very, very quickly, because for them everything's a game. They want this whole kind of like thing of a secret like over you, like being able to like have sex with more than one person, or to practice or engage in fellatio with more than one person without cleaning their mouth or without having a shower or whatever. These are the sort of people they are. You're in the toilet, or you're going for a pee, or you've run out for a cigarette, and in the next room there's another man sleeping, or another man or another woman, and they'll run in there, they'll go and have engagements with that person, and before you come back they'll be there with their face like nothing happened. They might even send you to the shop to go and buy more wine or beer, or to go and buy some other stuff. And by the time you get back, they will be either change their clothes, they might have a shower sometimes, or they'll just be in a way where your mind would be like, oh, what's changed? Or sometimes they'll be like in the bed pretending that they're sleeping. But this is how these people behave. They like this whole idea of having one up, or knowing something that you don't know. It always ends the same. If you've got any fetishes or any practices that you do, or you may not even that you like, or whatever it may be, they will literally go and tell everybody in your neighborhood. People will be laughing at you. They'll create, they'll exaggerate it. They'll make you look. They'll cause discord where you live. So even your neighbors, people that live in the opposite you, that you don't even speak to, that don't know you, will be giving you this side eye. If they can get to your friends will be giving you the side eye. Everybody will be giving you a side eye. You won't know why. They'll be speaking bad about you. And it's all in the gauge of, I'm trying to help him. He always wants to do this. She always wants to do that. She never wants to stay at home. When they're the ones that are texting you in the week, what are we doing at the weekend? Are we going out? Where are we going? You know, I'm coming over. Can I buy my favorite wine? Can you buy me my favorite wine? And sometimes when you meet them, you never met them before, and they are looking, like they look after their body in the gym, tan, they're all like good looking, pretty, clean clothing, dressed really well. And the spiritual, what it is you're there human, with like glowing skin, clean eyes, clean teeth. And you'll be laying down with literally something demonic. Talk about in the spiritual. So they will look good looking, clean, like you, whatever. But if you see like that film Alien, or an idea of Alien the movie, that's actually what you're actually sleeping with in the spiritual. So you'll be thinking you're laying there with like a human person, but these people, they don't have souls. They're a black hole. Everything goes in one and comes out the other. But more than that, you're engaging in something with very demonic spirit. Very I can't describe this sort of thing as a spiritual thing. Empathic people, chosen people, you know what I mean. You can feel it. The atmosphere becomes very, very like chilling when you're with them. You have to actually drink more, take more, whatever you're doing, to pretend to hide what your actual spirit is telling you, which is to run and get away from them and to get out from that scenario. It's so weird. It's disgusting. And it's fake. And the more you do it, the more like confusion, like your whole life is going literally down the drain. That's why it's not worth getting involved with narcs. It's literally throwing your life away. That spirit of lust is something you have to try to deal with. But where empaths are concerned, empathic beings, is that sexual energy and lust and things, some of it can be connected to having an ability to heal people. It's a type of energy. It's a very strong energy. You can use it to heal. You can speak positive affirmations over yourself. You can speak positive affirmations and manifestations over other people. You can heal sicknesses with that energy if you know how to do it. If you know how to transform it. But it's something that you have to learn over time. It takes time, and you got to be around the right type of people, healers, and but it can be linked to that. I was reading that, I read it, the Way of the Superior Man. I read it a few years ago, and he was talking about having to dissolve your distractions. So they're just like layers. So you know, you might be into sex, so what you have to do is just keep doing it until it becomes boring to you. You don't want to do it, and in the end you usually find God, and the thing that you was looking for wasn't that sex. It was just running away from yourself, or what you know, what, I can't remember the exact words. You have to read it. It's The Way of the Superior Man. I think the guy's name is David Dada or something. It's definitely worth reading. You dissolve that layer. But I think there's a lot of layers and levels, because with empaths it can be linked to healing, it can be linked to trauma, it can be linked to like a past life cycle that we have to break. It can be something that we're dealing with our whole life, because obviously we never stayed down or in the dark, but we always have these challenges or these battles with these demons, because they know they're trying to like keep us away from our destiny. That's the way I can probably think of trying to say it. I can't convey it. I don't know how best to convey it. But gambling, sex, substances, alcohol, all these addictions, they're there to keep us away from our destiny, keep us away from like being the best versions. And we, whatever we do, we just become very good at it. Become very good at it. It's just because we're very sensitive, very sensitive. We're very sensitive, so we can pick up changes. We can pick up differences. We are like out of this world creative beings. Like when I think about my job sometimes, and sometimes it can be depressing, is that there's some areas of my job I really enjoy, but also it's like the time and the attention to detail that I put into certain things. I just sometimes think to myself, what could I be doing where I'm actually helping? What I'm doing, it does help like people. It does actually help like society, like, because it's something that's public, the public uses. But could I do something that would help on a higher level, deeper level? You know, and I think all empaths are like that. Like what we do is just like, it's not normal what we do. It's just gifts that we've been given. Gifts that's not normal. Just turning. Yeah, it's not normal. That guy came in there. It's alright, don't worry, stay there, it's alright. Yeah, I'll pick up this again